There's this surprisingly well-done mystery and jump scare in Majora's Mask that I don't think gets enough praise. Minor spoiler warning, there are some surprises ahead that are best experienced in the game itself. Brief setup, in the game you finally arrive in Ikana Canyon, which is a very interesting location. The music is ominous, everything is dead. Tattle feels like you are being watched, and in the distance is... what? A music box-like house with undead circling it? Gibdos are not usually out in the open like this, and also don't usually march around buildings. And just like that, there's a mystery afoot. If you're brave enough to try charging the door, someone yells at you to keep away and that their father is not one of you. Interesting. What's up with their father? Why do the Gibdos want him? Questions for later, because now this is a rescue mission. So after exploring around and confronting this ghost, which is a whole other story, you do manage to get the river flowing again, which leads to a cutscene of the house bursting out a tune, which drives the undead away. And you hear the door unlock. Okay, well that's great, but what? The music box has zombie getting rid of powers? And then, when you approach the house, you find the girl, who despite looking pretty calm about the whole situation, when she sees you, just runs back inside and locks the door. So what is going on here? Is she in trouble or isn't she? Is she okay? Where's her dad? Is he okay? What is going on? But anyway, if you're sneaky, or loud then sneaky, you can get into the house without her seeing you, and what you find is nothing. Or at least everything seems normal, which we know at this point can't be. Thrown off by this, you check the last thing you can, the basement, which is an agonizing descent, to reveal that down here also seems pretty normal too. But we know at this point it can't be. So still with our questions, we cautiously start to investigate. And it's at this point that the tension the game has been deliberately building up breaks. Not only is this a genuinely shocking reveal, it's a pretty satisfying one too. Now all the questions you had prior make sense, and now you are left with what to do about it. And at this point, there are still some loose ends, but those are tied up pretty neatly soon after. But this whole thing was a pretty darn good and creepy mystery I'm glad Nintendo decided to include in their game. They gave just enough hints to build tension and keep us guessing, while not outright revealing the answer until this crucial moment.